law against taking further precautions.
This time on Motor Week 93, we track test the Porsche 911 RS America. Craig Singhaus checks out America's newest form of racing. Pat Goss clarifies new car warranties. We'll take a special look at Rolls-Royce. So come drive with us next.
Motor Week 93, television's automotive magazine. Your host for Motor Week 93, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motor Week 93. We're glad to have you with us. In these days of seemingly overnight changes, it is rare indeed for a model line to go more than a few years without a complete makeover. With today's increasingly fickle customers, old car designs just don't sell. Unless, of course, that old design is the Porsche 911. Introduced in 1963 and last redesigned in 1990, the 911 still commands a hardcore army of fans. The latest iteration of the line is this 911 RS America. Think of it as the ultra slim fast of Porsches. Early in 1992, Porsche imported a fleet of cars like this one to the U.S. They were specially prepared for a proposed single-mark racing series called the Carrera Cup. But with the economy showing little signs of recovery, Porsche was forced to cancel the Carrera Cup series. Needless to say, fans of the car were disappointed. But now, in the spirit of those ill-fated racers, comes the 1993 Porsche 911 RS America. The RS America looks pretty much like any other 911, but it's what you can't see that makes it special. For instance, if you look inside, you won't see a rear seat. It's been replaced by a parcel shelf. Also missing are door pockets, leather seat coverings, most sound-deadening materials, power steering, and more. After removing everything non-essential that they could, the engineers next turned their attention to the bottom of the car, adding a sports suspension and larger wheels and tires. Powering the RS America is the same 247 horsepower, normally aspirated 3.6-liter flat six found in other 911s. The engine is covered by a lightweight fixed wing in place of the heavier motorized spoiler. All of this give and take with the components is a time-honored tradition with Porsche, reducing the weight to increase performance. The RS America weighs in some 80 pounds lighter than a standard Carrera 2. This may not sound like much, but in the high-speed bends of Savannah, Georgia's Roebling Road Raceway, we found the truth in Porsche's philosophy. With most of the luxury items gone, the RS America now has a very narrow purpose: high-performance driving. Handling is crisper, more direct, imparting a oneness with the road not found in many other street cars. It demands to be driven hard, but also rewards its driver with one of the most exhilarating rides in the business. Compared to the Carrera 2, the RS is noisier, takes more muscle to maneuver, but in the end is more rewarding to know. So rewarding that our RS America attracted the attention of renowned Le Mans and IMSA GTP driver Brian Redmond. He and the RS America certainly seem to get along.
Accelerate down the straight, we're in fourth gear. It's now coming up to 6,000 RPM or 130 miles an hour. Change into fifth, 140. Brake hard in a straight line and into third, turn into the corner, a back end just comes out a little, that's okay, that's good, we don't have to do anything. Now we're in the middle, now we turn, and now there she goes, hey, power hard on, accelerate out, don't miss the apexes. This is a magnificent car, it is tremendous fun to drive, a real driver's machine. Into the right-hander, now we're approaching in a moment that awkward, decreasing radius left-hander where we need the back end to come out as we turn in. So we turn, the back comes out, there we go, hey!
When Brian finally got satisfaction, we got on with the business of testing. The 0 to 60 sprints took 5.4 seconds. The quarter-mile mark was passed in 13.9 seconds with a final speed of 105 miles per hour. Great times by anybody's standards. The ABS brakes were equally impressive, hauling the car down from 60 in a short 108 feet. Fade was non-existent and stability was top-notch. Aside from the fixed wing and identity badges, exterior styling is essentially unchanged from other current 911s. The shape still turns heads wherever it goes. Inside, the few changes are a little more noticeable. It takes a couple of minutes to realize that the nylon straps sticking out of the door panels are actually the door handles. The firm, supportive Recaro sports seats offer a combination of power and manual adjustments. The gauges and controls are familiar. Large, easy-to-see dials and well-marked knobs. Our car had the optional sunroof and cassette stereo. The only other options are air conditioning, a limited slip differential, and metallic paint. So far, only about 300 RS Americas are on the road. But you can put one on the road for less than you might think. With a base price of $54,800, it is the cheapest 911 you can buy. By cashing in its luxury features, it manages to be a full $10,000 less expensive than a normal Carrera 2. And out on a country road, feeling the pavement unwind beneath our feet, it seems like a fair trade to us. Normally at this point in the show, we look forward